I am traveling in Georgia right now. I am about an hour outside of the area where the event is this evening on Edgewood, and whew, finishing up my little errands and things before I head into that. So, whew, where is it? Dickens out there. Let's see if I can get in and get a better view of things. I may have to come back. I just wanted to hurry up and put a little bit of my info out there on my thoughts on, because as soon as I heard that there was a meteor in Georgia, I was like, oh my gosh, I know we've been stirring up a lot of energy. I say we, I know it's us doing it. We've been stirring it up. Let me see. How about if I just stand still for a second and think about what I need to get, and then I'll head in that direction. But I felt like we've been. That's funny. I got a phone call, and it was perfect timing. One of the sisters that wants me to check in with Radiohead, Rich, to get him uh, to get some of the cigars, and so I'll be helping her to make sure that the special delivery is taken care of. But anyway, oh my gosh! So right from the start of hearing that that was what was going on, I just knew that was the deal. That we actually, stirred up maybe too much stirring, or maybe just the punctuation is there to say that's this is the time. The time is now. So just tune in, tap in, turn on. I'm at the register, so I'm trying to stall so I can get out the door. But in the meantime, thanks for hanging in there with us. Heart Happy Hour Season 7. I'm doing great. How are you? That'll be it. And alrighty. Let's see how this works. Let's do a tapping time. And let's just tap it and go. Will it let me do that? Waiting for them. Processing. Please wait. Approved. All right. Let's go get it. Let's get back in that heat and get back to where we're going. All right, family. So the latest and the greatest is from my side of things, okay? I did see the energy shift. I was in Georgia last evening. I did see lots of lightning. I did ride in the rain, but the sun was out very brightly. And on Tuesday, I actually saw, some activity in the air that was close. Might even lost some time. But anyway, the way the things are lining up for what's going on in this region, this capstone of Atlantis. Apparently, I was listening to BDL the other day, and he was talking about how, he mentioned, watch the Meteor Man. And doggone if a meteor didn't happen, man. The biggest that we've had in the area in many, many years or ever. Personalized Pandora. I don't know. It might be ever. So, but the main thing is that all these ascended masters are coming in, and in addition to all the other people from across the grid, across the globe, have already activated and are heading in, and it's gonna be a hot time in heaven. Fire from heaven is what meteors are called, or have been called in the past. And I hope I don't have too much air on you. Let me turn the air all the way down. It's all the way down. Oh man. Okay, so let's see how that works. But in any case, thank you for joining me. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and sharing. Because I am not only activated, with all the things I just told you that just happened this week. I mean, the numbers were lining up. the mileage was lining up. The names of the places where I would go, look up and recognize. Lavonia was one of the last that I remember tuning into, because I was in a thankful place, a grateful place, and then all of a sudden I look up and it says Lavonia, and I'm loving on me, Lavonia. But also lining up with everything. I got a call from someone that says, hey, if you're there, I'll pay you to do this, that, and the other. And then this young lady calls, and then another, so like my gifts are lining up for me, making room for me. But the more I stay open and in the flow of things, that's the final word of my 5 words of supernatural wellness, right? So, and I had some chocolate earlier, so I mean, it's melted and I need to get it off my hand. Anyway, so yeah, I feel as though, the universe is lining up with us, and cosmologically, Saturn is in retrograde in Pisces, and Aquarius is retrograde. Aquarius being retrograde is like recalibration. Uh, Pisces, Saturn being in retrograde in Pisces is like revisiting Pisces, because, I mentioned the last broadcast or transmission that I felt like, I was going back in time. I was able to tie up some loose ends of some things, of some of the shadow work that I was doing. So being that I was sensing certain energies, but yet just naturally doing some things that it seemed to be in line with, this Cancer sun season, which is taking care of home, which is securing your, even, work on your womb, because I've gone back and been doing some shadow work in reference to my exes, because, I'm still connected to my exes. I'm still friends with my exes. The majority of my exes, I've met their wife. I saw their, they've seen my child grow up, and they've been active in various ways over the years in my life and myself with them. And mostly they're there if I need them. And still, we're still supporting each other's business and activities that are helping us elevate and grow. Almost all my exes, like in the past 20 years, have been ones of elevated and ascending activity. So we were in alignment with, elevating our frequencies. So anyway, gonna wrap it up. Love+Art equals wellness. Heart Happy Hour, season 7, from Atlanta, the Capstone of Atlantis. We will be on Stone Mountain tomorrow, and I believe that we're going to be touching, our ancestors will be able to rally with us, for us, to the tune of whatever it is that we are gathering in our own heart, in our own, energy, in our own frequency, as well as a unit. I believe we're going to elevate and radiate, and if we're not already activated, we may even activate even more so because of the alignment of the energies. How when you have, you remember house parties, and they say, well, the walls start sweating when you have a house full of melanated folks. They called it other things, but yeah, I believe that energy that we'll be radiating, that when we conjunct, when we connect, when we align, when we are, holding hands and in that like energies, I think some real big things are about to happen. That meteor, punctuated by the universe, I believe, chimed in and gave us another caveat with our whole alignment, because as I mentioned, cosmologically we're lining up with what the skies are telling us, what the cosmological alignments are. So, one love and wellness. Love+Art equals wellness. Heart Happy Hour, season 7. Precious Mother Love. I'm your host. See you soon. Like, subscribe, and share. Peace. Peace.